Good afternoon, Gills fans, and welcome back to another edition of Matchday Live. We're en route today, me, Boz in the back, Stocky actually driving today, so I've got a rest. En route to Priestfield for Gills versus Southend, the game that the local press have decided to label the Kent v Essex derby. What do we think today then, fellas?
I'm not too confident today, to be honest, but you know, at the moment it seems like the early way is up, so we're just to see what happens and hope for the best.
Exactly, yeah. I think it's like someone said to me the other day, I think it's difficult even predicting draws at the moment,
yeah.
Unfortunately, and if in any other sort of circumstance they're fifth and coming to our place, maybe a draw wouldn't be a bad result, but we're desperate for wins. What do you think, Boz?
I'm not very positive today. I think anything other than a loss, and we have to accept it.
Okay, fair enough. Mr. Happy in the back. No team news yet anyway, so we'll catch up with people when we get closer to the ground and obviously in the stadium. En route to the ground, Stocky's just catching us up because he couldn't work out if he's locked his car because it was about 12 seconds ago, bless him. Right, what are we going for in terms of predictions today, fellas?
I need some oxygen.
Stocky's done.
I'm injured.
I said in my match preview that I think we'll have to score 3 to win the game, and I'm not sure we can do that. I think they'll score, so I said 2-all. Stocky?
Unfortunately, I think 2-1 Southend.
I'm struggling for positives. I hope I'm wrong. I'll go 3-1 Southend.
So there you have it. That's all the positive from us. That's 1 draw and 2 defeats. Now in the ground, and the team has been announced. We've been told apparently it's 3-5-2 with Jackson playing centre half alongside the new lad Raymond and Max Amar, so we can only imagine what we're looking at. We're thinking Wagstaff and Donnelly as wing backs, Ossadebe in the middle with Josh Bright, Lee Martin in behind, Quigley and Cody. Stocky, I'm going to ask you first, what do you think on Josh Parker being left out at the start of 11?
I think it's a bit harsh. I think he led the line very well the other night. He was quite isolated on his own up front at times. I think it's a bit harsh on him to drop out, but return on the match, Cody, so hopefully he'll be able to grab a goal.
And Boz, what are your general thoughts on that 11? Rory Donnelly a wing back now apparently.
He's very open defensive. There's a lot of attacking players.
I think there's going to be a lot of emphasis on Rory having to work back towards his own goal if Jermaine McGlashan's playing from that side. So we shall see. There's about 20 minutes till kick-off, I think. in and it's 0-0, but Stocky, a quick one. People don't know what the formation we're playing. I don't think the players look lost.
Like, at times Donnelly looks like he's playing alongside Bright. Foster Davey, I don't know, he looks rusty where he hasn't played for a few weeks.
Lee Martin, I can remember twice, at least twice, he's looked like he's looked over to the bench for some guidance as to where's to be. Whether he don't know whether he's meant to be playing wing back or what, but like you say, Donnelly looks to be playing
it's all a bit hit
too
and miss
deep to be a number 10. There's not a lot happening. In terms of chances, not a lot, but systems.
Yeah, it's all over the place, isn't it? But up Gills.
There's 39 minutes gone and it's a penalty to Gillingham. Cody got away in the box and was bundled over. Surprisingly though, Josh Wright's got the ball on the spot. It is 2-0 Gillingham. Josh Wright again is getting a bit stupid. Joe Quigley does brilliantly down the left, doesn't he, Boz? Sort of bundles and bulldozes his way through and it breaks to Cody, who sort of skips into the box and it lands at Josh Wright's feet 2 yards out and he bundles it in. We're in again here, and I think Ryan Innes might be in trouble. He's been booked. Half time, 2-0 Gillingham. I'm going to go to Boz first, but I think we deserve it. I think we deserve to be in front. I think we've been decent.
It weren't a lot in it. Since the penalty, it's all been one way. Joe Quigley, brilliant second goal. Brilliant.
Joe done really well, and I thought, yeah, then Cody was good enough to get his head up and square it when you think he might shoot.
Josh Wright, penalty taker.
Didn't see that coming. So yeah, Joe Quigley's been very good, and I'm going to come across to Stocky. I think you was impressed with the lad right at the other end. I thought Josh Raymond was very good as well.
You can tell. A few weeks ago you were speaking about needing a centre back that just kick it, head it, get it out. A bit of experience, and that's exactly what he's done.
He's done it, and it's been organised. I think there was one when he nearly got let. I think it was Ryan Innes, who has since been sent off. We need to add that in there. So Southend are down to 10 men. In the 6-yard box, I think, didn't he? But he stood up, he could have dived in and managed to charge the shot down.
Definitely told him.
Yeah, he's read the game and he's helping the other
Jackson as well. I mean, considering he's a right back playing centre back, I think he's done well.
He's done all right as well, and one who obviously I'm not his biggest fan, but Emmanuel Osadebe. I thought he started really slow. What about you, Boz? I thought Osadebe started really slow, but I thought he grew into the half, and he's grown into it. He started putting himself about. So, yes, 2-0 half time, and they are down to 10 men. I'm not going to say it, but surely
we can't mess it up.
We can't cock this up, can we?
She said no, no. She said no. Oh no, she said no.
83 minutes gone and Southend have got one back. I think it's Niall Ranger header at the far post. Huge 10 minutes or so now in terms of us and our mentality. We've got to dig in, got to be clever with how we manage the game. One more will kill it, but it's going to be nervy.
2-0
So,
going up to.
as you may be able to tell, just leaving the ground, and we have won a football match. Final score: Gillingham 2, Southend 1. Second half, I thought we sat too deep. I think Boz and Stocky both agree with me, but I think
Pretty
that's.
much from the kick-off, we.
You should write on to you when you see it back day.
What does that come from, though, boys? The fact that we've not won for 2 months, doesn't it? I think, yeah. So you almost understand it. I think the biggest thing though is we got over the line, didn't we? And hopefully now we can Gus Swindon and build on it, and then Bury next week is massive. I've just looked at the table, it's now 5 points between us and the bottom 4. Port Vale have a couple of games in hand, but obviously they've got to win them, so we've got points on the board. In terms of a man of the match today, Zesh Raymond on debut I thought was brilliant. Added a lot of experience and organisation at the back. Oz, you said Joe Quigley, didn't you, I think? Stocky?
I thought Jackson was brilliant today, considering he's a right man centre-back. I thought he was outstanding.
Yeah, and he's had a lot of stick this season, let's be honest, and he's put in a very good performance. And I think the other one, obviously, is the goal scoring machine, that is Josh Wright with his 2. One thing I wanted to touch on, and it's not a moan, well, it's a little moan. Second half, boys, what did you make of it? Cody McDonald gets the ball 25 yards out and he's got plenty of options. I said at the time he could just slide Scott Wagstaff in.
Wright and Parker as well, weren't
Yep.
Wagstaff.
And then he smashes it in the stand.
And then the crowd are cheering.
And then the crowd sing his song. Can you imagine what kind of reaction he may have, someone like Rory Donnelly may have got if they'd done the same? I'll let you Gills fans decide that. Anyway, big thing, 3 points and 5 points clear of the relegation zone. Back in the car now, on the way home, out of the rain and the cold. Last bit from us today, just wanted to touch on one of our ex-players who come back, Jermaine McGlashan. And I know he was booed in the reverse fixture beginning of the season, which I didn't agree with. And I was all for giving him a good reception today. What did you make of his antics, boys, in terms of flinging himself to the floor at the slightest of contact? And
Like a petulant little child.
it's not something.
Say Brett was.
Yeah, he got off a brat, yeah.
It's not something that he had in his game when he was with us, I don't recall, and he just made it very easy for himself to become a target for the boo boys. And in the end, I think he was almost justified, I suppose. I'm not a fan of booing, but
when he got booed, and people just got on his back and took him off at half time, similar to that.
yeah, it's a little bit like that. And then obviously on the flip side of that, at the end, great reaction from the gaffer, fist bumps and all sorts, hugging all the players. I sort of noticed 1 or 2, especially with Max Amar and Lee Martin. Some proper man hugs in there, a bit of love. And I think we're all agree it's great for him to get his first 3 points, and hopefully we can push on now. Anyway, a good afternoon, good win, 3 points, and until next time, up the Gills.